Principles or doctrine of Jainism. Now, the first is ahimsa. Ahimsa means like non injury, okay? It is non injury to any living being. Now, Mahavira, he was against violence, okay? And he practiced strict ahimsa. As you already know that ahimsa means non injury to any living being. Now, according to Mahavira, he believed that every living being, every object had a soul. Even if by mistake or in unconsciously also if you kill an ant or any insect, it was a sin. So in other words, we can say that he strictly believed in ahimsa. Next is the attainment of moksha. Now, according to Mahavira, what should be the main aim of the human being? It is the attainment of moksha. It means liberation of the soul or being free from the soul from the cycle of birth and death. Okay? Now, it was the main goal of the life, or it should be the main goal of life. Principle is Three Ratna. It means that what are the three virtues, okay, which you can follow in the life to attain moksha. Now, according to Mahavira, the three ratnas, they are right faith, right knowledge, and right action. Okay, these were the things which, if a person used to do it, he could attain moksha. Then let us study about the five vows of Jainism. The first is ahimsa, that is the non-violence or non-injury to any living being. Next is satya. Satya means speaking the truth or practicing the truth. Next is acharya or astya. It means non-stealing. Then is brahmacharya, that is celibacy, okay? Then it is apari graha, which means non-possession. So these were the five vows of Jainism. And I'll be explaining the five vows of Jainism. Ahimsa. Here a statue, a big statue of Bahubali. It is around 57 foot high. Okay. It is also known as Gomteshwara. It stands straight or erect on the hills of Vindhya Giri at a place known as Shravan Bigola. The statue is around 1000 years old and it has been made out of single granite rock. Now, who was Bahubali? He was the son of Rishabh Dev, who was the first Jain Tirthankara. This place, it is an important pilgrimage site in Jainism. Okay. Now, Mahavira, as I already told you, he did not believe in the caste system. According to in Jainism and Buddhism, all the human beings, they were considered as equal. Okay. So, he also opposed, means he was against all the religious rites and rituals. Apart from this, he did not believe in Vedas and he also did not believe in the existence of God. Now, children, let us study about the sects. Now, Jainism, it was already divided into two sects. Okay. Now, one was the sect which believed or followed severe penance. Now, what is the meaning of penance? It is an act which is done in order to atone for a sin. It means to forgive a sin, an act in order, if you have done a sin in order as a punishment or in order to wash out the sin, an act which is done is known as penance. Okay, and other is renunciation. Renunciation means giving all the worldly pleasures. Okay, so one was the sect which followed severe penance. Severe means very strict penance and renunciation. They were known as what? Digambaras, or they were also known as the sky clad. These were the followers who used to keep very long fast. They used to fast for a very long period, and they did not wear the clothes. Okay. Now the second sect, they wore the clothes and they did not believe in extreme penance and renunciation. What were they known as? They were known as Shwetambaras, okay, or they were also known as the white clad. Now let us read about the religious texts of Jainism. Now, followers of Jainism, they used to preach their religion in which language? In Prakrit language, which was the local language and which was understood by the people easily. Okay, this was one more reason why this religion became very popular. Okay, and many regional languages were also developed out of this Prakrit language. Okay, the teachings of Jainism, they were written in Arth Magadhi. It was also a form of Prakrit language. And what were the religious texts known as? They were known as Purvas and Angas. Okay, now we will be studying about the spread of Jainism. As I already told you that Jainism, it did not believe in rituals and complexities of religion. So that was one reason that it became very popular. Okay, because it was a very simple religion which was easy to follow. And then it was in the Prakrit language, which was the language of the common people. So they could easily understand the teachings. So that was another reason why it became very popular. Other than this, many rulers, some of the rulers, they also followed this religion. Okay, they encouraged the religion, and this also made the religion popular. Now, Mahavira, he organized an order of his followers in which both the men and the women, they were allowed to become a member of this order. Now, the spread of Jainism in Karnataka is attributed to Chandragupta Maurya, because Chandragupta Maurya also, after he gave up his throne, he became a Jaina, and then he settled in this area, and that made this religion popular in Karnataka. Okay, then in the later centuries, this religion spread in Gujarat and Rajasthan. At present also, you can see many areas in the states where you can see a good number of Jain followers. So you can see many people following the Jain religion. Now, contribution of Jainism. Children, let us see the effects of Jainism. Jainism, it affected and it influenced and contributed the Indian art and architecture. In this religion, beautiful and huge images of stones, they were sculpted in order to make this religion more popular. Now, the most beautiful example of this art and architecture of Jainism is the Dilwara temples of Mount Abu. They were built between the 11th and the 13th centuries AD. These temples, they are very famous for their skillful and artistic work in marble. Okay, other temples which are famous Jain temples, they are the Ranakpur temple of Rajasthan and the Gomteshwara statue, which is at Shravan Begola. Okay, so these were the contribution of Jainism. Now we will be studying about the decline of Jainism. And we are reading about decline of Jainism. Okay, so as I already told you that a lot of importance was given on non-violence or ahimsa in Jainism. So as a result of this, it checked or it became a hurdle in the spread among the farming community, because in the farming community it involved killing of insects and pests. Okay. And moreover, the ideas of Mahavira of not even unconsciously also you should not kill a living thing. It was not acceptable to the artisans and the craftsmen whose occupation it involved or it endangered the life of other creatures. The next reason for the decline of Jainism was limitation of private property. Okay, so it like this principle is it acted as a ban on possession of landed property. This was the second reason which led to the decline of Jainism. Then the third reason was extreme form of non-violence. Non-violence, it was practiced at a very, very extreme form. Okay, even the unconscious killing of ants was against the Jaina principles. Okay, then there used to be a lot of fasting. Okay, and then self-mortification. Self-mortification means controlling the senses by self-discipline of extreme forms. This was also not easy. And that is the reason the people, like more people, they were not attracted towards this religion. And the last reason was the lack of royal patronage. Okay, because only some of the rulers they adopted this religion. So it was also one reason which led to the decline of Jainism.